Hey there, it's Pete C for Sample Live Review, and today I'm checking out DV8 by Sound Yeti. Sound Yeti have followed up their cinematic revelation scoring grand piano with DV8, a modern modular hybrid synth. The idea is simple. Take all of the complexity of modular synths and create a simple yet complex instrument capable of imaginative sound design at the touch of a dial. With plenty of presets, wavetables and sound sculpting options, you are only limited by your imagination. If you want to add affordable modular synth sounds to your productions, DV8 will certainly do that with ease. DV8 downloads at 239 megabytes and contains 184 megabytes of WAV samples. There are 215 snapshots included, and DV8 uses an innovative MAWC system, which stands for Macro Automated Wave Shaping Control. There are many wavetables, impulse responses, and delay effects to choose from. There is also a dual arpeggiator. DV8 requires the full or free version of Kontakt 6.6.1 or better, and is also NKS compatible. DV8 normally sells for $129. I've loaded up the first patch of DV8, and this is exactly what it sounds like. And it's got that instant modular sound. Now, modular synthesis is incredibly complex, experimental, not to mention expensive. You need lots and lots of room and lots of cables to really get the most of it. So having DV8 in a Kontakt instrument with the ability of sort of custom sound design is a really, really cool concept. So before we even look at the GUI, I'm in complete control. And this is NKS compatible. Now I've turned off all the previews. They do work, but we don't want loads of previews going through the review. So if I just open up the guitarist, and you can see down the bottom the keyboard range. Now across all 88 keys, you have very, very high and very, very low. So the range is absolutely great. I'm playing in the middle octaves, and yeah, it sounds awesome. So let's go for modern classic. Okay, and if I use the mod wheel, it isn't really doing a huge amount, but you can assign that to any parameter, so we'll talk about that later. Let's see Saturn. So I'm just trying to show the range and just sort of playing a bit of chord melody. Let's go for some atmospheres. The atmospheres, yeah, they sound awesome. And that's just going to keep going. So there's effects you can really hear, like the big reverbs and delays. Let's go falling upwards. hollow corridor. I've got pulsar. Let's go for yawn. There's some very gorgeous sounds. Now, you can see me turning the Arpeggiator off. That'll all become clear a little bit later. Then we've got some bass metal. So you can go really low. That's pretty cool. Let's do Manic Organic. That's some cool low end. Let's go, yeah, March for Cyborgs. And let's do one more bass, Voltage Current. Sound cool. And experimental, joystick. And let's go undertow one more. It's going to bring up this volume of the instrument slightly. It's very cool. You can hear these are really, really cinematic sounds, but obviously very electronic as well. Let's do some keys. Just, yeah, absolutely love them. Let's do Heavy Rain. Brilliant. Rapid eye movement. Sounds, yeah, gorgeous. And we'll do soft electric, last one. Brilliant. And then we've got these leads. Let's go, why not? Japanese Jesus. Sounds cool. Prog step. I'll do one more. Let's do virtual soccer. I'm just going by the names that jump out at the moment. Brilliant. They got some lo-fi Neon Suns. Let's go piano yam. And soft eyes. Brilliant. Then modular. So let's go Dolomite. That's cool. Pift. Pift. And speed limit. So there's a lot of creative sounds going on. And again, we've got the Arpeggiator going. So that's going to change. Organ, All My Regrets. One bit chromatic there. Yeah, sounds ace. Martian baseball. Very nice. And last one, singing organ. And then we have some pads, Android's Dream. On the wall. Retro Ghosts. I would play a few plucks. So I'm just going to sort of whiz through because I don't want this just to become a preset demo. And also, if you go on the Sound Yeti website, apart from the demos being absolutely brilliant, they do demo just a couple of patches from each category. So you can hear a lot more there. Brilliant. And then bounce around. Oh my glob. And last one, pixelated cacti. Okay, so there's loads of really cool sounds to get you started. And a lot of these are really inspiring, and you can see, yeah, they are very electronic, and of course they're modular, but you could use them in obviously different types of soundtrack, video games, like chiptune stuff, or hybrid cinema. It's just got loads and loads of uses. Now, I'm in the almost like the Kontakt view of Complete Control, so you can access all of the different snapshots just from the top as well. So very, very handy. Turn off the Arpeggiator, and let's go to, just use some keys now. Okay, so I've loaded up the Android Dream, and we're going to talk about the GUI. Now, the really awesome control system they've got going on are these two giant buttons, the voltage and the flow. So at the top we have our ASDR, and the flow will just control all of that in one go. So you can get some cool sounds just by moving it around. You can see it affects both layers. Now, each layer has a wavetable, so you can choose, depending on what you're looking for, you can choose your wavetable. And you can also import your own tables by the looks of it. And so you can start changing the sounds, and you start doing sound design. Now, you can use a voltage dial, and you can see it changes a lot of the controls in the GUI. So going from left to right, we have the position, the form, and I think these are the lo-fi controls. Sorry, the LFO controls, not lo-fi. And you can click on the position, the form, and instead of just adjusting the dial, you can actually see what you're doing. And also it will change the ASDR as well. And you can link these to both sides as well if you really want to. So yeah, it's very, very cool. And you have all these different options. So the sound design is great in this instrument. So you can just play around and create new sounds. So you got the filters, the low pass and the high pass cutoff. You got chorus, depth and speed, delay and reverb as well. And you can choose your different delays, and you can choose the different reverbs as well, just at the click of a button. So the GUI is really, really intuitive. Now, if I go back home, you can randomize any of the voltage, and you can randomize anything in the flow. So now I'm going to have a completely different sound. Let's do it again. And sometimes you do get something that won't make any noise. So it's very cool having all these really quick controls if you just want to keep messing around the sound, or you want to actually go up and change like the attack. If you want just the right hand side, use the blend, or you want just the left hand side. So that blends the two layers together. And then of course the gain is the over volume. So this patch is actually quite quiet. So you can bring it up. But it's only quiet because through noodling I've made it quite quiet. So let's go back to under the keys, insert coin. So you can fine tune that to how you like it, but I love just the instrument inspiration. Now that is quite loud. And you can see the voltage randomizer will actually change a lot of different parameters. It won't change the gain, which is useful. So something different. So it's worth just keeping an eye on that. Very cool. And if there's something you like, there is an autosave on there, or you can toggle between a double click save situation. So nice and easy. So you can save all the great sounds you've made. Now, the last part of DV8 is the Arpeggiator. Again, if you click on the Arpeggiator, it's got a dual channel. So you can drop in any of these patterns you want, which is quite useful. And oops, I've gone back to the wavetables. And you can also put in your own pattern you want. So it's got all of the controls you'd expect. You got all the different steps. You have a gate control here. You can invert the pattern, well, reverse it. You can also sort of change. I'm trying to think what it would be. Almost like reflect the sort of gain of each of the parts of the arpeggio. You can change the amount of steps. So you could just have, yeah, something like that going on. You can change the direction. Have it on retrigger mode, change the octave, the amount of swing, and the stereo spread as well. So there's plenty you can do with the Arpeggiator as well. So yeah, the thing I've sort of just been most into is just putting in whatever waves I want, and just go home. Let's go bring the blend a bit more central. I'm just playing around and creating different sounds. So that is the sort of thing I would use in a queue, and I would just save that. The reason I'm not actually showing clicking the save, I don't want to bring up all my computer folders. So yeah. So that is in a nutshell how DV8 works. Loads of really, really simple features. And the last one I found just through playing around. If you click on the Sound Yeti, it looks like you can change the appearance of the dials, and I just really like little touches like that. Very, very cool. So yeah, and I imagine you can sort of customize them as well. So it's a really cool little appearance thing. And let's say you just want to put, say, the flanger mix on the mod wheel, just like anything else. Just right click and learn CC automation. Let's say I want to do it on the voltage, and now I have it on there. So you can evolve these sounds. You can even put the flow in there as well. It's going to sound a bit odd. Actually, it sounds very cool. I was watching the gain go up and down. You could spend hours and hours with this. Now, I absolutely love any instrument where you can just keep creating more and more sounds, but the 215 snapshots are going to keep you going for a long time. They're a great starting point for sound design, and I think Sound Yeti have just created a really great value for money modular hybrid synth. So my final thoughts about DV8 by Sound Yeti. Well, it's taken away all the complexity of modular sound design, and there is so much going on in this instrument. So yes, the sample content is quite small in terms of the sort of like WAV footprint, but what you can do with everything is absolutely brilliant, and you do have so much to choose from in terms of all of these different waves. So that is not a problem, and you can put your own in there, like I say, if you need to. So it's an instrument that is just expansive, and you can keep adding and adding to it. The sound design aspect is absolutely great. Now, the macro automated wave shape control, the voltage and the flow, they are really, really useful tools. So just having, instead of fine tweaking everything, you can just dial these in to as you want them and shape the sound. It just saves a massive amount of time. And what I've sort of experienced going through it, yes, these are very what's the word, inspirational. So you'll hear a preset and you think, oh yeah, I could put this here, do that there. But when you're working out and going through building your own presets or even randomizing, you get some really, really cool results. And the fact you can save them and expand this instrument yourself is really, really useful. The GUI, like I say, it's really simple. If you want to go into more depth in any of the parameters, you just click on it and off you go. And then you can throw in your delays and your reverbs as you see fit. Go home and you've got your sort of deviation modules, which are very, very cool. And depending on what you put in there, they can change. Just appearance, just absolutely love it. And again, depending on the preset you load, they'll change depending on what you need. So yeah, really, really useful stuff. So really, for me, I can think of so many different applications I'd use this, like hybrid cinematic. If I was doing like some really cool, I don't know, like 80s sci-fi scoring or 70s soundtrack, it will work really, really well. But also it has that sort of modern edge and just does sound fantastic. All that leaves me to say is thank you so much for checking out this review of DV8 by Sound Yeti. If you like what you heard, feel free to put a like on the video and leave a comment. What do you like about the instrument? How would you use it? What features really appeal to you? And if you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos. Once you've done that, head over to samplelibraryreview.com and check out everything that's going on in the world of virtual instruments. Until next time, take care and we will speak soon.